So it's been a fun week for us here in the Thompson household. We finally managed to shake our coughs. I don't know how many of you have had this explosive, tickly cough that, you know, you contract and then you think you got rid of it and then it turns into a cold and then it comes back again. It's a cough again for the second time. But I talked about it, I think, on last week's Friday night show. We finally managed to get rid of it, to exit it out of our household. And like I had it, my son had it, everyone else escaped it so far, right? But then both of us just got healthy, me and my son. We both just recovered from it. And now my fucking daughter's got it today. Like literally just as we've just got over it, like I literally stopped blowing my nose with this illness and woe yesterday. And now my daughter has got it today. She's just got sent home from nursery. And now I am petrified that we're going to catch it again. We're going to catch it like back off her. It's going to come back round for a second round. The whole thing can start all over again, can't it? You know, it's just a carousel of illness and sorrow and suffering in our house. Save for my missus, by the way, who's been away for 2 days. And, you know, there's no judgment there. I actually think she had the right idea. I think, like, as soon as the second person gets it, as soon as the second victim or survivor type person contracts it and starts showing symptoms, she's just lugging the flight case out of the door into the back of the car. She's just like, fuck this. I'm not sticking around for this. You know, she bolts out of here like it's a fucking second pandemic and we're like the first two patients developing the symptoms. That's like basically the vibe. Is like, she treats our house, our little villagey bit, she treats it like it's little Wuhan. I got the call from the nursery today about my daughter. Really not in a good way. That's what they said to me. She's got temperature, coughing. The coughing won't stop, Mr. Thompson. And she's really not in a good way, right? Which, as a parent, if any of you have kids, how would you interpret that? You would interpret that like, you know, she must be really sick. Then if she's really not in a good way, you know? So I was like, fucking hell, like, you know, close up the laptop, shoot out the door, tearing it down the street. You know, the missus has taken the car. She's fucked off. So I'm just like, just this unfit, slightly pudgy IT guy running to the nursery to save my daughter's life. It's basically what I'm thinking I'm doing. And then I go and pick her up and I take her back home. And within 5 minutes, she's fucking dancing. She's dancing. She's laughing and joking and dancing, guys. I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sake. like, honestly, I don't know who to be angrier at with these developments. You know? I've got work to do. I've got, you know, a second job with this stuff. Prepping. I've got to go and pick my son up. All of these things just get thrown up in the air because she's really not in a good way. And then 5 minutes later, fucking full recovery. Like, what did you take, sweetheart? What did you take? Whatever it was, we need to sell that shit to fucking Sanofi Aventis. We'll be rich. I could buy you as many frozen dresses and magic wands and glittery shoes as you like to your heart's content if you just tell me how you cured yourself of being really not in a good way to dancing on the fucking sofa within 5 minutes. Who should you be angrier at, right? Your daughter, who is now, you know, jumping from the sofa onto the coffee table. So she's like a fucking gymnast. You know, she's gone from being not in a good way to actually being the healthiest, most athletic child I've ever seen in my life. You know, who should you be angry at? Like when you turn around to her and you go like, look, seriously, were you even ill? Or do you just like not like nursery? And then she turns around to you and goes, ah ha ha! I hate nursery. That's why I'm back here. Now I'm home. She's like, the weekend has started. 3 hours early, Daddy. Get the break beat on. Let's start the pre-drinks. Who should you be angry at? Your daughter who does that stuff? Or should you be angry at the nursery for being the most melodramatic friend for my daughter out there? Like, have you had a melodramatic friend before? You know, somebody who's just like really over the top with every one of your problems. You know, you tell them about some slight skirmish or issue at work and they turn into fucking Dr. Phil or Oprah or something. You know, like when you got like a tiny, slight social issue at work and you divulge this, they're your confidant, right? You tell them that maybe, I don't know, somebody in your office was a little bit rude to you or something. And then within seconds, they're babbling about fucking tribunals and gaslighting and microaggressions and stuff. And how they've noticed that you've changed. Yeah, I've noticed. Yeah, you've been really down recently. We've all noticed it, haven't we? The impact that this has had. It's like, chill out with that melodrama. All I said was they didn't invite me out to coffee one time. That is it. That's all it is. That's the start of the story and the fucking end of it. Not everything has to be some big melodrama. Like that is the nursery sometimes, right? Like my daughter will have a little cough, you know, a minor tickle, the back of her throat. And they're like, right, somebody call the parents. It's probably throat cancer is what it is. Like, you better come and pick up your kid now. You can't be too careful, Mr. Thompson. Just a melodramatic friend. She got a tiny cough. Oh yeah, we could probably offboard her then. Get the dad to pick her up. One less that we need to worry about. Tiny little cough. Oh yeah, call an ambulance. Better call an ambulance immediately. Like sometimes I wish that the nursery staff from my daughter's nursery. Sometimes I wish that my nursery, like the nursery staff, were the HR staff at my actual fucking job. You know? Like imagine if your HR team were as over the top melodramatic with you at your job as the nursery staff are with my daughter at the thing. You know, they're like, oh, you look okay. You just look a little bit off. Oh, well, actually, yeah, I've got a bit of a tickle at the... Right, that's it. Pack up. Get him to Uber do paramedics. To Uber do ambulances, yeah. Call him an Uber ambulance immediately. He's obviously dying. Get him back to his family so he could die among his family. You can't be too careful.